All right, here we are. Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk with a Vulnerable Angel and friends. I am your host, the Vulnerable Angel, Dominica May, and this is episode 54. Oh my goodness. And our topic this week is attachment and detachment. And this is actually going to be our last episode before we go on an indefinite hiatus. I don't know if we're going to be bringing it back at any point next year. We'll just have to wait and see. So, anyway, welcome my regular guest, Shard.
Hello. Thank you for having me on the show.
54 episodes, Shard. And
Big
I think
54.
you've done most of them, right? If not all
Yeah,
of them.
most of I don't think all. I think there was a time when I was abroad.
I think
I
there
want
might
to
have
say
been
maybe.
maybe less than 5 episodes that you missed, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
Um,
no. There was one episode you had with Zach that I wasn't here for. I remember that.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
think there might have been a couple that I did with Mike without you as well.
yeah.
So, but it's still less than 5. So you've been around for a long
80
time.
percent. 80%.
It's been so great to have you on board
Thank
for all
you.
of this. Gonna miss doing this stuff, but it's time for me to actually pack my shit up.
Whatever happens,
Like,
whatever happens.
let's pack up the folding table that this computer is on, and then like the extra ledgy smaller table thing on top of my table that computer sits on. And yeah, I just need to make adjustments because if you are not familiar or not aware, I am obviously Shard is, but anyone watching, I am planning on selling my house early next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll see how long it takes, and moving abroad. So big
Exciting.
life changes ahead, yes, and it's about time I get off my ass and finish packing up my house and figuring out the logistics.
No
So
worries. Slow
that
and steady wins the race.
yeah. So that's part of the reason I decided to go with this week's topic for attachment and detachment because, well, attachment was
Ah,
because we've talked about attachment theory in one of our earlier episodes with attachment versus connection, right? If you recall, Sharon, I'm pretty sure you were part of that one. um, so I do have I guess, personality test kind of psychology test thing from the website that we've been doing tests from to test what our attachment style is. So bringing back the attachment theory stuff from that we've discussed previously, and then but because we have discussed attachment stuff before, I wanted to move into detachment stuff since I am detaching from my life in California.
I think
So
I think that's also an interesting topic to discuss because attachment is such a something that everyone can relate to. Detachment, I don't think people talk about it as much.
no, we don't. I don't think. I mean, people tell you, "I'll just detach from your ex when you're breaking up," but I think that's the only kind of situation where people really think about detachment, right?
I mean,
Rather
yeah, no, I
than
mean,
other
like
things.
usually, whenever there's a massive life change, as you just
Mhm.
mentioned, like yeah, detachment is the best way of protecting oneself.
There you go. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we'll move into those questions after we do our test. And if anyone watching wants to join along with us, this is the URL I'm putting up on the screen
Nice.
now for the attachment style questionnaire,
Dun
or
dun dun.
ASQ for short. And all right, so I will read up what it says on the page before we start. So it says this is the online version of the attachment style questionnaire, or ASQ, a self-report measure of adult attachment dimensions: confidence, discomfort with closeness, need for approval, preoccupation with relationships, relationships as secondary, and also avoidance slash anxiety as attachment styles.
I'm
So
gonna
there
get called out hardcore in this questionnaire.
we'll see. I'm curious. Like I've established previously that I feel like my attachment style has been a mixture, but like the fearful avoidant attachment style is like probably been most prominent, and I've kind of because I flip between the different styles, and sometimes I'm secure, but it depends on who I'm with. So I'm curious to see how I answer the questions as a result, you know? So there are 40 questions in this. It says that it should take 7 minutes, but as we know, we discuss our answers, so it usually takes longer than the suggested time. And as always, the test is provided for educational and entertainment use only. It is not intended to be psychological advice of any kind and come without any guarantee of accuracy or validity. Assessment is free and anonymous, and you can save the direct link for your results. All right, let's get started.
Let's do this.
All right. So it does say that we have to indicate how much we agree with each of the following items. So question 1 is, overall, I am a worthwhile person, and it ranges from totally disagree, strongly disagree, slightly agree, strongly agree, totally agree. It does not have a neither agree nor disagree. It's no middle one. All right.
What are you going to go for?
Overall, I am a worthwhile person. How I feel about this kind of depends on the day. Don't you think?
I mean, I think that's fair. But I suppose, let's suppose, okay, hypothetically, let's suppose you're at a party and someone goes, oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, who's that? And are you someone that you think will kind of radiate coolness at this party? Are you a worthwhile person?
I don't think I radiate coolness, but I have had other people say that they strike me in a particular strike them. I strike them in a particular way, and I'm just like, really? Like, that's a surprise.
Oh, there you go.
But it's like, this is why it's from your perspective. Do you see yourself as a worthwhile person? Because it's not how other people perceive you.
Yeah, true. I like to think so. Yeah, I think I'd strongly agree. I mean, obviously, we all could be we're all striving for the best version of ourselves. We're not there yet, but I'm a work in progress. So yeah, and I'm a great guy. So
For me, it's like, depending on the day, I feel like it's between slightly agree and strongly agree. And how I feel today is probably more in the slightly agree, because I'm in a state of feeling a little bit sorry for myself at the moment. So I'm gonna go slightly agree.
it's okay.
All right. Item 2. I am easier to get to know than most people. So from totally disagree to totally agree.
I'm strongly agreeing because if I like you, I will show you I like you. You know, I mean, not in the sense that I love bomb. I try to avoid bombing people. I know that's something I'm learning as well. But usually, if I like you, we get along, I'm an open book.
Yeah, I'm going to go with strongly agree as well, because, I mean, as you can see from this live stream, I'm very open book and revealing of a lot of things. There are times where I will be closed off, but for the most part, I try to be an open book. As long as people are asking me the right questions, I might not be so open and forward if I'm not thinking, is this something that somebody wants to know about, right? But if somebody asks me a question, then I'm usually going to give them a straight answer. All right. Next question. I feel confident that other people will be there for me when I need them.
Boy. Okay. Recent history. Okay, this is a caveat. I'm putting totally disagree, but with a caveat in the sense that you know when you're down, you know who your real homies are when you're at your lowest. And yes, they probably you probably can count them if you're very very lucky on one hand, but they'll be there. So, but the thing is that you have to learn that 99% of them aren't going to lend a helping hand, unfortunately. Because I mean, to be fair, life goes on.
Yeah. I'm struggling between slightly disagree and strongly disagree, because I feel like most of the time it's hard for me to reach out, because when I do reach out, it's rare for me to get what I need from people anyway. So I think I'm going to go with strongly disagree as well.
Same.
There you go.
Twinsies.
It's kind of depressing though, isn't it?
No, but like something I always say: we can't control other people. We can just control ourselves.
Yeah, but
Be the
it's
change
like
you want to be.
the world is teaching us to be like live more independently and not rely on other people, but
Which is good.
we need community to survive and thrive. Like so it's like it feels kind of like a catch-22 situation, right?
It
Like
is. I mean, even if you look at it biologically through time, we're a species that rely. I mean, we're a tribe species, aren't we? We always
yeah.
have been. I mean, that's the rule, not the exception. And yeah, I mean, there's going to be people, even ourselves, where we crave some independence, some alone time. I think during COVID, that's when I thrived because I had to, because we were all so shut off. But it depends. I mean, some people are just built that way.
All right, item 4. I prefer to depend on myself rather than other people.
Tough.
I think I'm going to go strongly agree. Not because I want to, but just because that's what life has taught me.
Same. Same. I think you hit the nail on the head.
It's not because I don't want to depend on other people. It's just I've learned that it is hard to depend on other people.
Right. And I mean, not just, I mean, taking personal lives out of this, let's say in a professional setting. Yeah, I mean, obviously we rely on our teammates to get, let's say, a certain project done. But at the same time, I want to lead by example. Let's say if we're doing a video game, right? And I'm writing the lines. I'm not going to worry about how the graphics look, how the game works. I want to ensure that my stuff is good for them. And then, so it depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, item 5. I prefer to keep to myself.
Totally agree.
Wow,
That's
totally.
but
100%.
but that's a learned thing through recent years. I think, as I mentioned during pre-COVID, when I was still wheelchair bound and bed bound, I reached out to so many people, and ironically, I had more feedback from my international friends outside of Malaysia than my local ones. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like my best friend who I'm seeing tonight, I was the best man at his wedding. I'm seeing him tonight with his family for a post Christmas dinner due. But it's those people are few and far in between, and sometimes it's just best to keep to yourself.
Yeah. I'm going to go with slightly agree because I do enjoy my own company, but I wouldn't say I prefer to keep to myself like as like 100% of the time. I would like to have some time that I'm around people. I just don't. I just also enjoy doing things on my own, and I feel comfortable doing things on my own.
Would you say that you are your own best friend?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, because I have like two really, really good friends that I share pretty much everything with, and
Mhm.
they support me through stuff. And I don't know if I would necessarily be as supportive a voice to myself if I didn't have them in my life, if that makes sense.
Aw. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. That's really sweet.
There you go. All right, so slightly agree for me for that one.
Nice.
Item 6. To ask for help is to admit that you are a failure.
I'm gonna totally disagree.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go slightly disagree because I've definitely felt like that. Like it depends. I mean, it depends on what you're asking for the help with, right? Like for me, if the kind of help I was asking for was like financial help, that would be tantamount to admitting that I was a failure. Because it means that I cannot financially support myself.
Well, I mean, it's tough because no, go on.
Oh, if it's help like, oh, I need help fixing something in my house because I'm not handy. Now, there are things that I've been able to fix in my house, but if there were something that I didn't know how to do, that's not a failure on my part. It just means I'm not skilled at everything. Yeah. So it depends on the specific type of help that you're asking for, I think.
It's really interesting because I always see it as something that we can grow from. Although there was one time where I felt like the biggest, not the biggest. I mean, I felt like the smallest little weenie in the entire world. Uh, I I watch all these restoration videos on YouTube. That's my
Mhm.
pornography. I'll
Okay.
watch it. I'll go, oh, and it'll be anything. It can be from a house to cars to everything in between. And but thing is though, I'm terribly uh, not very savvy myself.
Mhm.
And I remember like I took my car. I can't remember what the problem was. It was making some sort of rattling, and I took it to the garage my entire family goes to. We've been going there since I was a kid, and I asked him to help me with it. And the head guy looked at me and he was like, "Sharon, you really can't do anything, can you?" And I just went, "Oh."
Look, you're not supposed to be good at everything because otherwise everyone else would be out of work. Like, people have their special, specialties and things for a reason. Okay,
Mhm.
so you said totally disagree. I'm going to
Yeah.
put slightly disagree for me.
Hmm.
Okay. Item 7, people's worth should be judged by what they achieve. Totally disagree.
I'm actually going to totally agree, and I'll tell you why.
Oh my goodness.
Because
Okay.
I think achievement is subjective. I don't think that achievement can be quantified through your financial success,
Mhm.
your standing in society. If you know, take me for example, right? Like I'm not a high level Hollywood executive, but I know that I helped my mum a lot throughout her life, and I tried to be a good son, and I was there for her when during her illness before she passed away. And in any metric, I like to think that I was quite successful in that role. So
Mm.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't, if you look at it like in terms of dollars and cents, we're all going to get let down. Well, most of us, 99% of us, anyway. But if you've done something good, then you've achieved.
Yeah, I guess it depends on your definition of achievement. This is actually interesting. You should bring this up because I kind of wanted to touch on this with my answer to one of the questions that we're going
Oh,
to be discussing later on. So
nice. Okay.
I will go into more detail about that later.
Okay.
For me, I like to think that people have innate worth and they don't need to have achieved anything in particular, especially like if you're judging by other people's metrics of what achievement is. And a lot of people who think about this kind of do. And then it gets tied up into your self-worth kind of stuff as well, right? Like, oh, I'm not worthy of this relationship because I haven't accomplished X, Y, and Z in my life or whatever. Um, so I don't like that mindset, even if I have felt like that in the past, like I need to accomplish whatever. Um, so I don't know, maybe I'll go strongly disagree because there's definitely been like some parts where achievement is worthwhile, but I don't think it's like the whole picture.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, item 8. Achieving things is more important than building relationships.
This one's tricky
Mm,
because I don't say this because like, oh, we need to put ourselves on a pedestal, but like I said, we all have to be our own best friends first before making friendships with other people. Because in my experience, when you're at your lowest ebb, you kind of not in, you don't take it out on your friends, but you kind of leech onto their energy.
mm.
I mean, and that can be very very deadly and toxic. So I probably have to go with maybe agree,
Okay.
maybe slightly agree.
Slightly agree. I am going to actually do slightly disagree because I do feel like building relationships is more important to me than achieving things, especially now. Like, if I'm looking at what have I accomplished over the last year, not much of anything apart from this live stream series that I've been doing. um, huh?
You've done so much.
This year?
Yeah,
Not
I mean, like
really.
you. I mean, no, I mean you've been a great friend. You've been a great mom. You've been doing stand up. You've been going for shows. You've been doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that is actually an achievement kind of thing. I've
Hey,
certainly done more in the building relationships side of things this year than I have in achieving things or like working towards particular goals. Because one of my big goals this year was to actually sell my house and move, and I haven't done that yet. It's been pushed
yet.
into next year.
Yeah.
It's still gonna happen. But yeah, building relationships, I feel, is important, more important than achieving things. So slightly disagree, because I do like achieving things as well, but I don't know, my connections, I mean, one of the reasons I'm moving is because of relationships that I've built, and I want to be closer to specific people that I have built relationships, friendships with. So because if you look at things from that perspective, I clearly have a stronger focus on relationships over achievement at this point in my life.
Cool.
Okay, item 9, doing your best is more important than getting along with others. Oh, what?
Totes agree. Do your best. Do the right thing.
I think I'm going to go slightly agree.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't need to get along with everyone.
Yeah.
But I also don't necessarily need to do my best. I mean, what your best is changes on a given day,
Subjective,
right? Like,
right.
So sometimes your best is just getting out of bed. Woohoo! I did it, because you're so depressed that you even that is a challenge. But yeah, like if all you're doing is trying to make everyone like you, then that's not healthy as well. So anyway, slightly agree for me for that one.
Mm-hmm.
What was your level of? Was it totally agree?
Totally agree.
All right, item 10. If you've got a job to do, you should do it no matter who gets hurt.
What kind of job is this?
I know, right? Ooh.
I'm gonna totally. See, this one's tricky again. I mean, hypothetically, all right. So my immediate thoughts are: what if you're in a position of power and you have to let go a member of your team, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, those are never pleasant, but we have to do it.
Yeah.
So, but this that's tricky because what are your thoughts?
I think it depends on what the circumstances are, really, right? Like, how are they getting hurt? Is it just like their feelings hurt because they didn't get a promotion? Is it like you're stabbing them in the back because you wanted to accomplish something that you wouldn't be able to do without them, or you wouldn't be able to do with them, I should say. Or if what if your job is assassin, then I don't know that that's the best thing, right? So
there's no middle ground on this, so I'm going to slightly agree.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. Yeah, it's either slightly agree or slightly disagree. I wish there was a middle one, because I'm like, I don't know. It depends. It depends.
So neutral.
But yeah, I think I'm going to go slightly agree as well. Oof. Okay. Item 11. It's important to me that others like me.
I hate to say this, but I totally agree. Because not in the sense that I have... okay, I'll just to give you an example, and it's the fact that I can still remember this incident. It still bothers me. When I was in high school, we traveled to what was it? Was it Russia? It was Russia, St. Petersburg. We went to, and one of the girls that we went with, and from my school, we were 16 at the time, 15, 16. She just came up to me and she was like, "You're such an ass." I think I might have shared this story before, and it still bothers me. It still bothers me. So, yeah.
Yeah. For me, I think I'm going to go with slightly disagree because maybe sometimes it is important, but it's more in the like specific people that I want to like me. So maybe I should say slightly agree then.
Mhm.
Because I wouldn't say, because I don't need everyone to like me for sure, but specific people, it is important that they like me.
Sure.
Yeah. So I slightly agree for that one. Whew, that's tough to admit, right? It's like, no, I don't care if people like me.
Mhm.
Okay. Item 12. It's important to me to avoid doing things that others won't like.
This one's tricky. Is it like the job no one wants to do?
No, I think it's like if for example, I'll give you a real life example where I have avoided doing something that I thought someone else wouldn't like. Would be the situation where, I was in a relationship with somebody or involved with someone, and I knew that they weren't comfortable with me talking about them to people. And so even though it was something that I wanted to do and felt important to me, I didn't do it because I I wanted to avoid doing something that person wouldn't like.
Hmm. Then probably, I mean, when we put it that way, I'll probably put strongly agree then.
I'm gonna go because I'm trying to move away from that, but I'm still clearly that kind of way inclined sometimes. So I'm gonna go slightly agree.
Okay.
Because again, it depends on the person. If it is someone that I'm romantically involved with, that I'm going to be more conscious of like trying to make sure that I'm not doing something that they won't like. If
Right.
it's someone I don't care as much about, then it doesn't matter, right? Like
Right.
it's very dependent on who the person
Very subjective.
is. Okay, item 13. I find it hard to make decisions unless I know what other people think. Oh shit.
Mm. Calling this out.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking like, okay, recently my decisions that I've been making, I've been doing it independently of talking to very many people about it because I don't want them passing judgment on me to impact my decision making, right? Like,
Right.
um, because there have definitely been times where I do wait and see what other people think.
I mean, it's also the idea of not jumping in head first into something without seeing what other people are going to do.
Yeah.
So it's all about self protection.
I think I'm going to go slightly agree for this one.
Okay.
Because there are definitely a lot of situations where I want to know what other people think. But there's also a lot of times where I will do things and it doesn't matter what other people think. I just will just go with it.
Yeah, I think that's quite fair. I'm the same.
All right. Item 14. My
Woohoo.
my relationships with others are generally superficial.
I'm going to totally disagree. Um, I would say when I was younger, maybe, but that's the thing, superficial in the sense that, whenever like when you're at uni or something, you go to the bar, you see the same face, you're like, "What's up, dude?" That kind of thing. I mean, for me, that's quote unquote superficial. But
Mm-hmm.
the older I've become now, like I'm 38 now.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be no, am I? No, I'm 39. What am I talking about?
You
39.
had your birthday.
I'm turning 40. Jesus, next month. Bloody hell! And yeah, and um, when you get older, you don't really have time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's like
Yeah.
you don't have time for superficial relationships. I'm gonna go with strongly disagree because I probably have some superficial relationships, but that my most meaningful ones are nowhere near superficial. at all. I like to dive deep into what people are thinking and have them know about what's going on with me as well. So strongly disagree. All right, item 15. Sometimes I think I am no good at all.
Oh man.
Just,
Coming off
just,
me
just sometimes.
sometimes. Yep, I'm gonna go with Throats agree on that one.
I'm like, I think I'm gonna go strongly agree, but like, when you're going sometimes, of course, who doesn't? Who doesn't
Human.
sometimes think that they're no good at all? Because surely even narcissists would, because that's one of the reasons they're narcissists, to
That's why they're
hide,
right?
right? They want to hide behind the facade.
They're gonna build a wall.
Yeah. There you go. Build a wall behind their emotions. Okay.
A great wall.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'm gonna go totally agree because sometimes is true. Okay, item 16. I find it hard to trust other people. Totally agree for me.
I'm gonna put strongly agree. But it's tricky as well because I know we don't willingly trust people to protect ourselves, but at the same time, if you don't put trust in people, you're going to live a very lonely life. And yes, there are going to be times where it comes back and it bites you in the bum, but there can be other times where it's fantastic and it's beautiful.
I'm not saying that like I never trust people. But like as I'm getting to know somebody, I find it hard to trust other people. Once I've established trust, that's different, right?
Sure.
Like, yes, I trust them completely because I know them so well. But when I'm getting to know somebody, and that's the kind of stage that I'm thinking of when I'm going with the totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, item 17. I find it difficult to depend upon others. This is similar to an earlier
Same thing. I'm going
question.
to strongly disagree. Strongly.
Okay. I am going to say strongly agree. I do find it difficult. Depends on others. Strongly agree. So you find it easy to depend on others?
Again, this is a caveat, not in the sense that I give it out willy nilly, but at the same
The
time,
people that you do.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, like we all do it at some point, whether that's naivete or whatever. But at the end of the day, if you don't trust people and you don't give them the opportunity to surprise you, you won't get surprised. You know. So I mean, yeah, I mean, don't trust a stranger to handle your will. For example, don't leave your kid with a complete psychopath or whatever.
Fair.
But yeah, but you know, if you're not willing to trust people, you're not going to get anything back.
All right. Okay. So item 18. I find that others are reluctant to get as close as I would like to be. Ooh.
I'm going to slightly disagree. I think yes, there is a chance where I have asked specifically some people, "Hey, do you have time? Would you like to go out?" And I've been bitten off by that. But there have been times as well where, you know, you make an effort, people will usually meet you halfway.
I think I'm going to go with slightly agree, because there have definitely been times where I have tried to get closer to people and I've felt like they've been a bit standoffish with me, and so then I'll back off, and that kind of then feeds into my like, well, I guess I'm not going to put any effort in, you know, and then we're all lonely.
That's nice.
Yeah, no, it's not nice to feel lonely. What are you talking about,
nice.
Sharon?
That's nice. Yeah.
Okay, item
Well,
19. Oh yes, Team America.
Yeah, there you go. Well done.
I know. Oh man, I need to watch that movie again. Okay. Item 19. I find it relatively easy to get close to other people.
I'm going to totally agree. I mean, again, this doesn't mean that we don't trust people. It's just that if we want to make that relationship or we want to get that closeness, we can do it. So for me, it's not a problem.
I'm going to go with actually slightly disagree
Oh,
because it is not really that easy for me to get close to other people. I have like a mismatched relationship with closeness. I feel like it's easier for other people to get close to me because I'm such an open book, but it's harder for me to get close to other people because they are not as open as I am.
fair. That's fair.
So it's weird to have that kind of mismatched energy of stuff. So it makes me sometimes feel like, you know, other people see me as like a really good friend because of how well they know me, but I don't feel the same way about them because I don't know them as well as they know me.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like we had this question already. I find it easy to trust others.
This one's tough because trusting, having innate trust in someone. I'm going to again, like I know that I said you have to give up to receive, but trust is a very specific thing, and I'm
Mm.
going to totally disagree, and I'll tell you why. Because um, giving out trust is something sacred, something that we should not give out willy nilly. Because 9 times out of 10, yes, you have to protect yourself, but that also includes protecting yourself from other people who have uh, bad intentions
Hmm.
or lack thereof. So yeah,
I'm gonna go slightly disagree.
okay.
Because in the past, I was more open to being trusting, but I've been like slighted so many times now that it's like, well, that was not. I want to trust people, that their intentions are good or that they're mean what they say, but you know, experience has taught me that that's not necessarily the case.
It's strange because in my experience, trust I can only really trust people I know implicitly, like the back of my hand implicitly, or
Hmm.
people that I just met. The people in
Mm,
the because everyone always says that when you meet someone for the first time, you're always on your best behavior because that's the version you want to present, the best version of yourself. So yeah, like people in between, maybe not so much.
mm. All right, item 21. I feel comfortable depending upon other people.
Um,
Slightly disagree for
I'm gonna
me.
I'm gonna strongly agree. Like I said, if we're in a team thing or something needs to be done, if you don't trust people to get stuff done, it's just gonna come back and bite you.
Mm. Yeah, but about comfortable, do you feel comfortable though? It's like it's a relaxing to depend on other people. I feel like this is a thing that stresses me out,
Fair.
to depend on other people because if they don't pull through, then it gives me anxiety. So I'm going to
I, I, I can
slightly
understand.
disagree. Okay, item 22. I worry that others won't care about me as much as I care about them. Totally agree.
I want to say totally agree, but I don't know if I am that anymore. I'm gonna
Mm,
put strongly agree. Um, in recent years, I have learned that if you put up, let's say, a wall to
mm,
people who perhaps don't have the best impression of you, that will irritate the shit out of them. It really will. And I found that to be more effective than having an actual sit down communication because I know that might not work. So if listen, you can only control yourself. So if
mhm,
you detach,
mhm.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so for me, this is I'm thinking about it in terms of the people who do matter to me. Like, I don't care if about the if they're people that I don't care about. then it doesn't matter if they care about me as much or more than I care about them. But for the people that I really care about, absolutely, I do worry that I care more about them than they care about me. I guess I'll go with strongly agree as well. Yeah, it's my experience has been the people that I care about the most, I have often felt like they matter more to me than I matter to them.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. Sucks being in that position.
Yeah.
All right, item 23. I worry about people getting too close. Oh my goodness. Do I worry about this? I might be a slightly agree.
I'm gonna go
Because
disagree.
slightly disagree.
Mm.
Because for me, it's like if they get too close and then they let you down or you lose them, that's where that's the fear, right? But I also want people to get close. So
Yeah, you're in a bit of a catch-22 there.
yeah, it's tricky. But slightly agree is my answer for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Why is yours slightly disagree?
Well, I think it's important to kind of not put yourself in that position. You know what I mean? Because if you if you're anticipating a car crash
Mm,
and as a driver, you're always going to be hyper vigilant, and that's just going to stress you the fuck out.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
It sucks to be in that mental state because you wind up self-sabotaging. If you're looking for it, it'll happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Item 24. I worry that I won't measure up to other people.
Yeah, I'm going to totally agree.
Totally agree. Wow. I'm going to go slightly agree because there are different, yes, there are sometimes I worry about that, but most of the time I don't really compare myself to other people. I like my benchmark is myself. I compare myself to myself, like my past self, my past experiences, um, because I think it's too much energy, like mental energy, to be comparing myself to other people to see if I as good as that person. Um, but there are different. I would say there's definitely times that I do think that, but it's not that often. So you're totally agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's this one's tough because 90% of the time it's not really an issue. 99% of the time it's not really an issue. But I think it just goes down to my own childhood insecurities. You know, the fact that just FYI for anyone watching, I do come from a very I like to think quite an upper class family. Both my parents were professional doctors, very successful ones, and I was afforded every luxury as a child, including my education, Malaysia, England, and America. And yeah, it's just the idea that you have parents, or at least this familial structure, that imagine you at a certain level. They've given you everything, and you haven't quite reached that. It can be tough.
Oh yeah, I've definitely had those like blocks in my mind as well. Like, oh, I'm not measured up to, these standards or these expectations. I have more to say on that, but we'll discuss it with some of the questions that come up later on outside of the attachment quiz. Okay, item 25. I have mixed feelings about being close to others. I have mixed feelings. Yes. Who
Yeah,
doesn't have mixed feelings about that?
exactly. Yeah.
So totally agree. Yeah, of course. Because yeah, it's the mix of like, yes, I want to be close to people, but also it's scary because what if they let you down, or what if they abandon you? And Yeah,
Yeah.
how can you not have mixed feelings about it? I guess if you're secure in yourself, that's the only situation.
But again, like I said, it kind of circles back to every time we get into a car.
Mhm,
I mean, we might be taking the same route, very comfortable, but we can't control the road, can we?
mhm,
Never know.
mhm. Item 26. While I want to get close to others, I feel uneasy about it.
I want to say slightly disagree.
Hmm.
Slightly.
I'm cross between slightly agree or slightly disagree. It's like, yes, I want to get close to others. Do I feel uneasy or do I feel something else about it?
Yeah.
'Cause I
I
don't know
mean,
if uneasy is the right word for
yeah,
that.
I think nervous might be better. I think.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go slightly disagree.
Mhm.
Like you. All right, item 27. I wonder why people would want to be involved with me. Strongly agree.
I'm,
I do wonder that.
I'm gonna totally disagree because I'm awesome.
Okay, so here's my thing. It's like I think I'm awesome, but I also, whilst thinking I'm awesome, wonder why the hell anyone else would want to be with me. Like, what is it that you see in me to want to be with me? Why do
That's
you
not fun.
enjoy spending time with me? I don't understand it. I like me, but I don't know why you like me. I know it's like it doesn't make sense, but
No, I get.
that's where I'm at. I've definitely felt like that. Like I for example, like okay, so I went on a date with someone last week,
Oh,
and this is someone who had wanted to go on a date with me for years and it just had not happened until then. And I've told him, like, he's polyamorous, so I told him
right.
when he brought up the idea of going on a date with me again, I was like, you do know, like, I'm monogamous now and like I'm not interested in, you know, pursuing something unless I can have like a particular type of relationship with them.
Mm-hmm.
And
How they respond.
and he's understanding of that, like, but he still like refers to what we did as a date. I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. But I'm also like, why are you wanting to go on a date with me when I've already established that I'm not interested in having a relationship with you? What is going on? I don't understand.
I think it goes back to the idea that we want what we can't have.
Maybe.
So yeah,
Maybe.
he's like, oh, she's like, oh, I'm not available. Even
Well,
more, yeah.
the other thing is, like, I'm moving soon. There's no point in me dating somebody right now who is local because I'm not going to be here for that much longer. But granted, that is one of the reasons that we actually went out, because, you know, his chances of going out with me are significantly diminishing by the day. So,
Fair enough.
but
Fair
yeah,
enough.
like, pretty much anyone I've been involved with, I'm just like, but what? But why do you like me?
I like me. My
I
friends don't.
like me. I like me. I just don't know why other people like me.
Oh, give yourself some more credit.
It's the insecurities in me, right? That's just what it is. Okay, item 28. It's very important to me to have a close relationship.
Yeah, I'm gonna totes agree. Like again, we can be our own best friend. That's very much true. But you always need that at least that one homie who completely knows you, and yeah, that's super important.
Yeah, same here. I already mentioned earlier, just I have two very close friends that I share everything with, and I don't know that I would be who I am or as supportive of myself if I didn't have them backing me up. So agree. Totally agree for that one.
Nice.
Item 29. I worry a lot about my relationships.
I'm gonna totally agree, and I know that's kind of contrary to how I've been, but because as I've gotten older, obviously, my number of friendships have definitely grown smaller, but they've become a lot more solid, I'd say. And so for those friendships, I want to be the best friend I can be. So they're important to me. Yeah.
I'm going to go strongly agree, I think. Because especially when I'm in a romantic relationship that is especially important to me, I tend to pick up on like micro changes, and it gives me anxiety, even if there's like completely unwarranted. Like
Hmm.
it just I tend to get in that worry state. So like, why is this person not responding to me? Do they not like me now?
Why the typing bubbles not popping up? And yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. They've read my message, but they haven't responded
it
yet.
must be on
Uh,
red.
I just watched this clip without sound, but I was reading the subtitles from Malaysian comedian Joanne Cam, where she was basically saying, "What do women really want from men? We want you to reply to the messages when we know that that you've read them. Like we can see the double check marks that says that you've read them. Why aren't you responding?" Like, yep.
Yeah, and that works both ways. That works both ways. So that's not strictly just a guy thing,
I
but that's
always, I always respond. Like, I will not open the message until I'm ready to be able to respond to it, because I'm
really,
like, yeah, because
even if
I
it's a
don't,
long
I
message.
pretty much, yeah. Like, I'm like, I will wait and open the long message when I have the time to actually address it.
Hmm.
If I don't have the time or energy to address it right then I will open it later, because I don't want to leave them hanging, right? Because I know how that feels.
That's
So
nice.
I don't want them to think that I've seen it and not responded. That is worse uh, than not reading it right away.
You're right.
In my mind. Other people might feel differently. Okay. Um, Sorry, lost my train of thought. Okay, item 30. Item 30. I wonder how I would cope with someone. Oh, wait, without someone to love me. No, because right now I don't have anyone to love me. In the sense that, like, I mean, obviously I have family. Like my dad obviously loves
Yeah.
me with stuff, but I'm thinking about in terms of romantic connections.
Hmm.
Clearly, I can cope without it.
Great.
And because I have been, it coming out of a relationship or connection is very, very hard, and it can be months before I can recover. But once I'm have established more of a baseline, which I have now, then I don't have to wonder how I cope. I'm coping. So
Same.
yeah, so totally disagree.
Hmm.
That probably makes me avoid it. Item 31. I feel confident about relating to others.
I'm going to totally agree. Not in the sense that obviously we're all different in our own experiences, but as a writer,
Mm.
that is how you have to operate. You have to assume to get to the minds of other people, and yeah, I think I can relate.
Yeah, you got a good point. I was going to go with slightly disagree, but I think I'll go with slightly agree instead, because
Mhm.
I do try to relate to others, even if I don't necessarily understand it in the moment.
Right. Like for example, like you never know. We can always see that one person out and about who looks like they've just like like they've just swallowed a wasp. They're walking around going, like, really, really. But
Or
in
they
your
have a
mind,
stick up their ass.
yeah, maybe you can just relate. Someone's just had a really bad day. So
Yeah. I was
yeah.
thinking about it in terms of like for me it's hard to like connect with people in the beginning, and but like once there's been some establishment of the relationship, then yes, I do have an easier time. So I'm glad you shared your kind of interpretation of the question, because it helped
Very.
me adjust my answer. All right, item 32. I often feel left out or alone. I'm going to go
You,
strongly agree.
Jesus, I'm gonna go totally agree. Coming
Totally
off,
agree.
yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And again, this isn't a knock on everyone else per se. It's just like following my illness. It's a very very lonely disease, and yeah, that's just the way it is.
Yeah. No, it's interesting that we're both like on the kind of same end of this, because clearly we've been doing this for 54 weeks, right? And so clearly we're not left out or alone because we're doing stuff together, right?
Right.
But the fact that we still feel this way, despite the fact that we clearly have people in our lives to not uh to like counteract that, feeling left out or alone feeling, it doesn't necessarily impact that feeling of being left out or alone.
Hmm.
God, it sucks to be like, I have friends but I feel left out and alone. My big thing is like, I often feel like I'm just, people don't reach out to me and invite me to things like I want to be. So that's the thing that I kind of compare it to. It's like, why are
Well,
you not reaching out to me?
I don't know. Like in my experience, like it's a very lonely thing, yes, but we have to make that initiative to have that change. All you
Hmm.
can do is put it out there and just go, hey, up, you're free. You want to hang out? Want to do this? Want to do that? And just hopefully that energy just rubs off. That's all
Yeah.
you can do.
Yeah. All right. Item 33. I often worry that I do not really fit in with other people.
I do not worry at all because I am special and I am.
It's so funny that some of our answers are like the opposite of how we've answered previously. They seems like they sound contradictory, but they're also not contradictory. um, I I do often worry that I do not really fit in with other people. Uh, Often is probably too strong, so I'm going to slightly agree. There are definitely times that I worry that I do not really fit in with other people, and then there's times that it doesn't matter because I'm fine doing stuff on my own.
Mhm.
I do a lot of stuff on my own.
You're
And
your
it's
own best
only
friend.
it's only when somebody reaches out to me is like, hey, do you want to do something with me? I'm like, oh well, I already have plans to do this. Do you want to join me? Like that's what happened for my date last week. Is like I was like already planning to go and see this movie. What movie was it I saw last week? I don't even remember. Oh no, I saw Eternity last week. And so I was already planning to see this movie. And so he was like, so anyway, so I suggested, oh, I'm planning on doing this if you want to join me for that. And so he reached out to me again today. He was like, hey, do you want to go on another date? And I'm like, sure. I'm planning on doing these 2 movies next week. Do you want to join me for that?
Great. That's great.
So yeah. So here we go. All right. Item 34. Other people have their own problems, so I don't bother them with mine.
I'm going to
Yeah,
totally agree
I
because
totally agree for me too.
because as I've said many a time, when following my illness, I was so lonely, and this is during COVID as well. Um, the fact was, I've noticed that if you put too much out there, it can be a lot, and it's understandable. Hindsight's 2020. So I'm always open to people. I'm always like, if you got something to say, you just want to talk, I'm your guy. I'll hear. I'm listening. But I'm also a lot more self conscious as to because I don't want to overburden someone
Hmm.
and push
Yeah,
them away.
yeah, same. I'm just like I know. Well, a part of it sometimes I'm like, oh man, I just don't have the energy to cope with somebody else's issues. There've definitely been times I've had like that, and so because I feel like that sometimes it means that I don't want to bother other people with my stuff. And the other part of it is like, if I can see that other people seem busy, I'm like, well, they're too busy for me to bother them. So I'm just not going to.
It's tricky though, because it's like, again, sometimes you have to you have to be able to reach out. Like, I think
Yeah.
I might have mentioned this on stream once before. When I was working in the engineering company as a writer, like, the head of my department, Sam, he always, lovely guy, but he had this huge office all to himself, and all of us were in our cubicles around him. And I just walked in one day, and I was like, "Hey, yo, gonna go ahead. Want to go grab a bite? You want to go get some food?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He quickly jumped up and he followed me. And I remember we were having lunch, and he was just like, "That's it's really nice. Thank you for inviting me." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Why?" He's like, "Oh, no one invites me to lunch." And that
Yeah.
sucked. And he and I turned out to be great friends. Like, every time during lunch, he'll be like, "Okay, your meeting's postponed. Let's go." And he'll come and pick me up and say how awesome
Yeah.
it was. So it's nice.
All right. Item 35.
Mhm.
When I talk my problems over with others, I generally feel ashamed or foolish. I think I'm going to go slightly disagree.
I'm going to go strongly disagree, because, as we mentioned previously, when I was younger, I would probably agree. In my teenage and age 20s and all that, but now it's, bless you. Now it's.
Thank you.
I think it's also a combination of society as a whole. Now that the stigma of mental health has definitely been wiped away, so I think that's changing as well.
I think for me, it depends on what the problem is, like, and who I'm talking to. Because, like, I know that there might be some people that will judge me for a particular thing. Like, I've definitely felt like, when I had a relationship that ended, and this person ghosted me for the second time, there's this feeling of shame of like, I should have picked up that this was going to happen. So it's like, it sucks to experience that again,
Hmm.
and but then other people, you can talk to them, and that that they're not going to judge you. So just like depends.
Mm.
So slightly disagree for that. We have a viewer who has
No
said hello.
way.
So let me bring this up. So this
Hello.
is uh,
Hey,
Justin.
Justin.
Justin something. It's a long username. Hello,
Rephrase.
Justin.
Hey,
Uh,
Justin, how's it going?
Thank you for joining us. We are just working our way through this attachment style
Mm.
questionnaire. So feel free to join along. We're almost at the end of it now, but we will be discussing some attachment and detachment questions after we finish getting through the test as well. All right, so item 36. I am too busy with others' activities to put much time into relationships. Strongly agree. Right now, this is my situation.
I'm going to slightly agree. Um, Again, like I said, if I think we have to work on ourselves first before we
Mhm.
work with other people. Not in the sense that um, we don't have time. We make time,
Yeah.
but as you said, like, if I'm not happy with myself, I'm not going to be happy with other people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's go out and be dicks to people because we don't like ourselves. Unfortunately, all too common in today's society.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Item 37. If something is bothering me, others are generally aware and concerned. Strongly disagree.
I'm going to totally disagree. I like to think that I've kind of worked on my mask pretty well.
I don't think this is necessarily a good thing to disagree with.
Yeah.
It is like it's showing that you're bottling up stuff that people who care about you want to know what when something is bothering you. But I'm very good at keeping that stuff to myself unless I am talking to someone I trust with that information.
That's fair.
So Strongly disagree. That's what I said, right? Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Item 38. I am confident that other people will like and respect me.
I'm going to. Okay, this one's tricky because let's say outside of my immediate family, I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say if I meet people, whether it's professionally or with friends, um, most 99% of them won't look down on me because I'm being the best version of myself. So I'm pretty okay with that.
Oh, interesting. I am going to say strongly disagree. I'm not confident that other people will like and respect me because I've just had so much experience with being disrespected. It's I mean, yes, there are people who do like and respect me, but that doesn't mean that I'm confident that it will happen.
Right. Well, I mean, like that's the thing. Like in any circumstance, whether it's business or personal, I've just found the best way to do if someone doesn't like you, whether they say it outwardly or through their actions or not at all,
Mm,
disengage.
mhm,
Just not worth your time.
mhm. All right, item 39. I get frustrated when others are not available when I need them.
Unfortunately, as I like to think that I've built that wall. I'm still human, and it really bothers me. It
Yeah,
really,
same, same. One of the reasons that I don't reach out to people is because I'm afraid of them not being available when I need them, and getting frustrated. Like I don't want to feel that. So um, when it does happen, when I reach out and people are not available, then yes, I do get frustrated. I strongly agree for me. All right, last question. Item 40. Other people often disappoint me.
this one's tricky. I don't really know how to answer this. Are we talking about uh, on the spectrum so far, or just in our mindset now, the last, like like the present being?
I think
Because
like presently, how do you feel about it?
I'm gonna either strongly disagree or totally disagree. I'm not sure.
I think I'm going to go slightly agree.
Mm,
Um, because it really depends on where your expectations are. If you have
right.
your expectations very, very low,
Mm,
then there's nothing to disappoint. You're already expecting them to
exactly.
disappoint you, right?
Right.
But um I think for me, like if I look online and how much content that's out there that is like, oh man, I can't believe people think that way. I find that sort of thing disappointing. But then it's also depends. Like it's a very situational kind of thing. So there are definitely situations where people disappoint me, but I wouldn't say it's an all the time thing. And if I keep my expectations low, then it doesn't happen as often.
That's a very good mindset to have. Very good.
It sucks to have very low expectations of the world around you, though.
I
Really
mean,
does.
it is. I mean, it's tricky though because obviously, if you have high expectations, you want people to meet those expectations, which you yourself will follow.
Yeah.
But if you have low expectations, then you're protecting yourself, and that's also a very very good thing.
I lowered my expectations so low they're basically in hell when I was married. So because I got tired of being disappointed.
Oh. Well, I mean, you've rectified it. The marriage is over and done with,
Yes,
and you guys are
right.
civil.
Yes.
So
So,
yeah,
I think things worked out in the end.
right. And the
Um,
fact is that you recognized it and early on, and you managed to sort out that issue. So we could be having a very different conversation if you were still in that marriage.
there you go. There you go. Yes, we probably would not be having this live stream at all if
There
I
you
was still married, because he would not be comfortable with me talking about any of this stuff. Probably.
go.
Like, "Oh, what are you doing, dude? Don't be so open about your experiences." All
Mhm.
right, so we're ready for our results.
Ooh, let's do this.
Okay. So our test scores, we get a rating
Out of
of
5, I want to say
no, it looks like out of 6 on
6.
the areas of confidence,
6. You're right. Yeah.
discomfort with closeness, need for approval, preoccupation with relationships, and relationships as secondary. And then there's also the attachment rankings, which are again out of 6 with avoidance and anxiety. So let's give our numbers. Confidence, where did you get?
I got 4.6.
Ooh, you sound very confident. I got a 3.1 for me.
Okay. Okay.
So slightly more confident than non-confident.
Mhm.
Discomfort with closeness.
I got a 4.0.
Ooh, I got 4.7.
No,
I'm very uncomfortable with
close.
others. Need for approval.
3.9.
Ooh, I have a higher score of 4.3.
Okay.
Preoccupation with relationships.
4.3.
Ooh, we got very close for that one. I got 4.4.
Ooh, nice.
And relationships is secondary.
3.7.
Ooh, yours is a little bit higher. I got 3.3. So I
Okay.
guess relationships matter a little bit more to me than you, it sounds
Yeah.
like. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Sociopathic. Yeah.
No, your score's not that bad. It's not like you were a
Right.
6.
Right.
All right. For the attachment,
Oh.
avoidance, what's your score?
4.2.
Look, I got 4.4, so I'm
Oh,
slightly higher
okay.
than you. I'm not surprised. And for anxiety,
I got a 3.5.
3.5. So it's like more middle. I got a 4.2 for that. So
Ooh.
that shows I'm like, that's pretty clear, fearful, avoidant, strong in both sides. So good to know that I am that was pretty accurate. That's I was hoping it would give us a what it thought our attachment style was, whether it was, but I guess you kind of have to interpret it from the score that you get for avoidance and anxiety. Like if you're secure, you're close to the one end of the spectrum for both of them.
True. That's very true.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's our scores.
Ooh.
So now we can move on with our questions that were provided by ChatGPT.
Ooh, let's hear it.
So our first question is how do you personally distinguish healthy attachment from unhealthy clinging or fear-based attachment?
I think, excuse me, the healthy attachment is something where it's not one-sided.
Mm.
In my experience, like I said, when through COVID and my old illness, I found it very, very hard to communicate with my friends. Not all of them, quite a few good ones actually showed up. But, the fact is, if you are unhealthily clinging on to someone where you have the idea of someone and what they present to you, whether it's real or not, or a feeling or something subjective, it's hard to really break away from that. We think that we need this person, but in fact what we need is what they represent.
Yeah. It's interesting you should say that, because what I was thinking was the difference between needing versus wanting. Like the fear-based attachment is like, I need to be this person, and if I'm not with them, if I don't have them, then whereas like a healthy attachment is like, I want to be around this person, but I recognize that they also have other things going in their life, and they need space from me sometimes to do their own thing, but like, I'm glad that they're a part of my life. So that's the big thing for me. It's a case of want versus need.
There you go.
All right, our next question is what's something you're currently learning to detach from, and what has that process been like emotionally?
Um, Uh,
I'll go first because this is
yeah,
the
please.
question that I was mentioned earlier. I was going to touch on later. Is like for me, I'm detaching from the idea of what success and achievement means. So like, and like also just in general, like the idea of what the things that I needed to do to be a successful person. Um, so, like I had this idea when I was younger that I needed to follow a particular path and it needed to be, earning X number of money and, that sort of thing is to be considered a success. And that, that idea, I've been slowly learning how to detach from and giving myself permission to find success in other areas that where the uh how it's rated or like how it's seen as successful is different.
Right.
um yeah, I guess that's it feels hard to explain.
No, not at all. I mean, I think we all go through different stages. I think going up, let's use stand up comedy, for
Mm,
example, right? Just because XYZ has a Netflix special doesn't change the fact that so and so who's not confident around other people at all goes on a crowded stage in front of strangers and delivers a performance. It doesn't have to be this raucous house breaking performance, but just doing that. I mean, that takes a lot of cojones, my friends. So yeah, I mean, it's
mm,
something that we all have to get through.
mm. Yeah. So for me, I think the thing because I've it's been hard for me to like a lot of the time, a lot of my life, I've not uh put all of my eggs in the basket of like, my career is who I am as a person,
Mhm.
and I need to be successful in this kind of career. But like in the more recent years, I was able to follow a path where I was, somewhat successful in my career, and I achieved. Like my greatest achievement in that area was I finally reached a point where I was earning a salary that was higher than my ex-husband had ever earned as a salary. It didn't last very long, but I mean, like that had been a goal of mine. It was like I want to
Mm.
get to the point where I'm earning more than my ex-husband ever did because, like to me that was achievement. And now it's like that is not as important to me, and I'm trying to detach from that idea that of how like people's lives and what success looks like is a very wavy kind of
Right.
there's no linear path to find success,
And
and
they change, don't they?
yeah, and they change.
Right. Because like I
So
said, once you've achieved that goal
mhm,
or whatever, or you don't even have to achieve, but once you've gotten to that point where you go, okay, that's not important. This is important, and then you
mhm,
switch. So I mean,
yeah.
that's normal.
Okay, so to answer the second part of the question, what has that process been like emotionally? Oh,
Mm,
really hard. Um, Emotionally challenging because it's like letting go of uh the weight of the things that were holding me back before from following a path of it's like the I've gone from the direction of like following the path that would make my mum proud of me versus following the path of what I want to be doing with my life. And it's just the letting go of that side, the what my mum would be proud of. Like shedding this, it's like shedding a skin. It's like and taking a whole load off of my shoulders,
yeah.
and but it's also scary. There's definitely been some fear. It's like, what if what if this path that I'm kind of trying to follow now doesn't work out? and then I'm left with maybe I should have followed the other path instead.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, those are all of the it's a mix of things.
I mean, they got like nothing ventured, nothing gained, and
Yeah.
I mean, I always like. I mean, I've come to realize it wasn't easy, but I've come to realize, obviously, like our parents, that they want the best for us. They want us to do well, and I mean, the point of any, I mean, and the aspiration of every parent, I believe, is that they want the child to surpass them,
Hmm.
have a better life than them. But end of the day, though, it's up to you to kind of what you want to do. I mean, their metric of what happiness and success is, it's their metric. It's not yours.
Yeah, but it can be hard because I've definitely measured myself up against my mum. Like I was thinking recently, like I'm now the about the age my mum was when she did her master's or her MBA while she was working full time. I don't know
Yeah,
how she managed to do that. That's a lot to handle.
that's
But
one way.
I don't remember exactly how old she was, but I'm pretty sure she was in her early 40s because I don't think it was that long before she passed away. She died when she was 50. So yeah, which so like I'm like I haven't done that. I also haven't had a very long career either. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard for me to live up to what my mum her what her career path was.
I mean, it's tricky because it's a very, very slippery slope. Because someone you know or someone in your circle has achieved X, Y, and Z at this age or against these
Mhm.
circumstances, in your mind, you're like, okay, what about me? And it's something we all go through. Like, for example, I have a very, very bad habit of that I'm still fighting to this day. But end of the day, though, I always remind myself. I always tell myself this. I say it out loud whenever I'm thinking it. I'm like, dude, like, be proud of them because it wasn't easy for them.
Yeah.
And if anything else, like there have been times where I'm like, oh, so and so, I used to party with this guy. Now he's going for the YouTube awards and blah blah. And then I just go in my mind before when I start getting antagonistic. I just go, but yeah, but he worked so hard for it. There's so many things I didn't see,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
uh, you know, and I'm proud of him. So yeah, I have to kind of retell myself that, and but
I
that's
think there's like this although I was thinking like wouldn't it be so much better if I was like the first person of my ancestors to go to college because then like you would be absolutely seen as more of a success than anyone who came before you in your family. Whereas like if you're not the first person in your line of ancestry that's gone to college, then even if you do get a college degree, it's not seen as impressive
I
because you're
mean,
like comparing to that sort of thing.
I mean that's the point of any adventure, isn't it? But the good thing is, like the way I think about it, if someone in my family, we've never been to college. Let's say someone went to college. It's my dream to go to a more prestigious college.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I certainly didn't do that.
Okay, it's okay.
I think the only way that I can like achieve more is if I eventually get a PhD. Then I like have achieved more than my ancestors. 'Cause I don't think any of my ancestors got that high of a degree.
There you go.
My mum just got an MBA, so they're still like higher standard. Like
Well,
I
I
have
mean,
to
yeah,
do
I mean that's the thing
more.
with schools nowadays. I've seen 80-year-old students. Life's a journey, man.
There it is. All right. So, what's your answer to this question? We've just been discussing mine.
Um, I think emotionally it's very tricky because in my experience there's one extreme to the next. You know, uh, but I found it more effective to be in control
Hmm.
of yourself. I mean, not to say that it's so easy, but again, you can only control yourself. Some people, I mean, some people have told me that I'm too reserved. I don't communicate. Um, I'm holding up feelings. I'm going to explode. And uh, but at the same time, though, it's how I protect myself.
Mm.
And because I have limited energy because of my illness, I can only do so much. And and the fact is, if I tell them, or even if I don't tell them, I'm like, I need to power down. I need to relax. I don't have time for this. It's on me. It's not on them. And if they don't understand or they don't care for it, it's on them. So yeah,
All right. Well, do you want to move on to the next question then?
let's do it.
All right. Next question. Has detachment ever felt like loss at first, but freedom later? And what changed for you?
Yes, I have got one specific thing. Um, as I mentioned, when I was ill, I had a cousin who was more like a brother to me. And unfortunately, there was a lot of drama with the family in terms of my grandmother's finances.
Mm.
And my mother and my uncle, her brother, had a bit of a tiff about that. And I remember messaging him, my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
and just going, "Listen, I'm ill. I'm stuck in bed. Uh, if you could come by, like, don't worry about our parents. I miss you. I need you." And I remember his reply was, "Ha ha. I'm a little busy. I'll let you know." And that was years ago. Years ago. And I remember I would cry. I would get very emotional. And later on, it was freedom because uh, you don't want people around you who see it as an obligation or just plain don't want to be around you. See them for who they are, and you're
Mm-hmm.
more, and you surround yourself with people who actually want to spend time with you, and
Mm.
that's the ultimate freedom.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
For me, my good example would probably be my marriage.
Mm.
Um, Obviously, I started detaching from that relationship while I was still in it, and I had to. It did feel like a loss at first because it's like I'm losing
Yeah, of course.
the idea of what I wanted that marriage to be. I believed in, till death do us part, and so I had to grieve all of those things. And then obviously at the point now, it's like I have the freedom to talk about it and do whatever I want now, because I don't have to worry about like his how he's going to perceive things. You know, he will still misinterpret my reasoning for doing things, whatever he does learn about me doing. But I don't care. Like I don't let that hold me back. I
This
don't have
song's all about me.
I don't have to consult another person
Right.
before I make a decision about what I want to do with my life. I can just do it. I mean, to the most part, I did have to talk to him about like my uh choosing to sell the house and wanting to relocate to another country because it impacts him with
The
the
children.
kids,
Yeah.
and who's going to live where, and
Sure.
uh if we're living in different countries, he's not going to be able to have access to our kids in the same kind of way necessarily. So uh in that kind of scheme, yes, I still have to involve him, but for the most part, like I didn't have to talk to him about what career I decided to choose. If I wanted to study, which I did, I went to do I did a data analytics boot camp. I didn't have to talk to him about, like, I could make my own financial decisions, and I could choose what to spend my money on, and I didn't have to worry about how he was going to perceive what I was spending money on.
Yes,
you
you have.
know
You're an independent woman.
yeah, so that's my big thing.
Yeah.
How that changed me, I guess what changed for me, I grew to care more about myself than the relationship. I would say that's
Mm,
that's what changed for me.
that's good. You became your own best friend.
Yeah, there you go. I'm lucky I had a bunch of supportive friends that believed in me and knew that I was making the right decision, that helped as well. So
That's good.
yeah,
Having that support network is amazing.
made a huge difference. Being
Mm.
here and having a supportive community of people who liked me for me was a huge thing that helped me be like, you know what, doesn't matter if I don't have him, because there's a lot of other people who like me, which is
Yeah.
weird considering how I was answering the questions earlier in the stream.
No, but it makes sense. Like the fact is, if one person doesn't like you, you know for a fact it's them. It's not you.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. All right, last question.
Last question.
Last question. What fears come up when you consider letting go of a person, identity, expectation, or outcome?
Ooh,
I know, right?
yeah,
ChatGPT.
that's a deep question. Uh, huh. This is interesting because I don't know whether this applies. Yesterday, uh, I unsubscribed from two YouTube channels that I've been following for a very 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 long time.
Mm,
Mainly because, for one, I thought that politically it wasn't really aligning to my values, and the other one, it was a film review channel where the reviewer said, "I'm not going to review films. I'm not going to quote unquote shit on them anymore because I want to get to filmmaking and I can't uh,
mm.
review stuff objectively." And I remember thinking, well, then you're not doing your job.
Yeah.
And yeah, and by letting those go, I had this fear that, oh, am I becoming too am I overreacting? Am I just course correcting too much? Am I going to throw all these years away of being such a faithful viewer just for something I don't agree with? But and I remember thinking about that. But like I remember the very next day, I remember thinking, oh, what were those channels I unsubscribed from? And for the life of me, I could not remember.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, though, you create your own happiness. You choose what you consume, and it's sometimes letting go is the best thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
For me, I think the fears that come up is FOMO, fear of missing out. Like
Sure.
if I let go of a person, identity, expectation, outcome, it's like, well, what am I missing out on if I let go? Like if I decided to stick with it, what could I gain instead?
Mhm.
Um, it's yeah, that's a big one. Um, Fear of identity loss.
Yeah.
Um, I guess that can probably come from all of them. Like if you're, because sometimes like for a person, if you're in a relationship, that becomes part of your identity.
Very much
Like
so.
and then if you lose them, like who are you without them?
Right.
Hopefully you're still you, but like relationships in particular, they can bring out parts of you that wouldn't exist without that
That person.
relationship,
Yeah.
right? Um, so yeah, that's my ex-husband brought out not great parts of myself, so I'm glad that I let that one go.
There you go.
But there's definitely been some where I was like, oh man, I really like who I am with this person, and to lose them, it's letting go of that is letting go of a part of myself.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's those are the fears: missing out and loss of identity.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow, that was really deep. That was so
Yeah.
deep, ChatGPT.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you so much. Wow. Okay. Yeah, well, we got through the questions. We got through the attachment style
Yeah,
questionnaire.
that was good.
Uh, are there any other things that you want to touch on in the area of attachment or detachment before we finish up?
Yeah, I probably it's okay to form attachments. Don't step away from completely, but at the same time, know your boundaries. I have a friend of mine. Uh, who is a serial spammer. You know,
Mm.
like in every, even though like he messages me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever, just links that he likes, and that's fine. And I've come to realize it's not, you know, it's not something that I need to reproach, because that's just him. So I just mute
Mm.
the chat. So there's,
Mm.
if at the end of the day, though, what I'm trying to say is, if someone has comfort doing something, maybe just, you know, don't let it bother you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no matter how, I mean, within reason. If someone's like a serial killer or a serial, like, you know, someone that can't stop stealing stuff, then yeah, maybe have a word. But
Mm.
yeah, if someone is spamming you, they just want to connect, and just, that doesn't mean engagement. Just maybe
Mm.
just turn your phone to silent, or silence the chat, and don't hurt their feelings. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm thinking about, like, this was not really touched on with the questions, but like attachment to things. Do you have like experience attachments to things like belongings and stuff?
Yeah, of
And
course. Yeah.
have there been situations where like you've had to detach from something that like meant a lot to you, but you had to let it go for uh whatever reason? Like
Yeah.
maybe someone threw it out and without your knowing or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all the time. Like, this, I mean, it can be both a negative and a positive thing. I remember, like, I had this teddy bear, and I couldn't sleep without him.
Mm,
And my parents, and he was getting all torn up. And my parents, bless their hearts, like, my mum, she personally, my dad was talking about just throwing him in the trash,
mm,
and my mum just like, just picked up a sewing needle, got some random buttons, and sewed him back up. When I got back from school, I was so happy he was still there, and he was better than before. But at the same time, letting go, it's something. If it's healthy, then yeah. If, let's say, it's a relationship, a person who's passed away, or a relationship
mm,
that's no longer there, uh, you can't be stuck in that mindset forever, because that's just not healthy
mm.
for anyone.
Yeah, I have a lot of attachments to things for memory reasons or identity reasons. So like I have a lot of different collections of things. It's part of my it's I see them as an extension of who I am. So like sometimes um I remember like when I was 21 and I met my ex-husband, and I invited him into my bedroom, and he was like touching my figurine collection, and I was like getting like all
The eye
when
was
like
twitching. The eye was like,
the hairs standing on, standing
yeah,
up, and it's like, oh, like, because it felt like an invasion, right? Because like
yeah,
that's my stuff. um I have like certain things that I still own that were gifts from my mum, like though I'm attached to
nice.
those things, like my purple robe. I still have a purple blanket that she gave me. And yeah, so just a couple of things like that. It's like I'm attached because they have meaning,
Yeah.
right? And man, I just packed up like last week or the week before my CD player from, like, I think it was my gift from her for my 16th birthday or something like that.
Jeez.
My very own CD/cassette player.
Yeah, 2 for 1 special.
I I still have
That's awesome.
that. um and yeah, hopefully it'll get more use once I've relocated, because I mean I still have it. I still have
That's
it.
awesome. That's cool.
Um but there's like I have also this piece of furniture, right? It's a purple couch that is shaped like two hands, like this.
Oh, that's cute.
And my ex-husband and I bought it when we were living in Australia. So it was shipped from there to Malaysia when we moved afterwards, and then we shipped it from there to here. So I still have it now, but it is one of those things that I'm like, I think I'm ready to give that up. I don't need to ship that back with me when I move again. I don't need that anymore. So it's interesting for me to kind of go through that process of like, which things do I don't have an attachment to anymore, and which things are still like, this is an extension of who I am and I need to keep this.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
yeah.
this could be anything. And 9 times out of 10, it's not because of what it is and what it represents. So yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh wow. Yeah. So yeah, and like I have, okay, my big one at the moment, it was like, do I keep this or do I get rid of it? Is my pool table. Like I have a pool table.
That's
I
dope.
rarely use it as a pool table. It can be
Why?
like converted into a dining room table. It's got like two halves that you can put on top, so it can converts into a dining table. Um, I don't play pool that often, and right now it's covered in stuff that I'm packing up.
That's fair.
And it's often had like just stuff on it. And so really like in the grand scheme of things, it probably would cost more for me to ship to another country
Sure.
than worrying
Selling it.
about. But one of the reasons that I'm like struggling with it is because, you know, the money that I used to pay for it came from my inheritance from my mum.
Right.
And so it's like, it's one of those things like, but this is, but at the same time, I sold my car, which was also bought with money that was inheritance from my mom. So, you know, like I was able to give that up and detach from that. So, yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. It's like, what parts represent different things and what are you
Right.
able to give up, right?
Mm.
So, yeah, it's all.
Yeah, it's something that I think it's something that we all struggle with every day. It doesn't matter who you are, your life experience. We all just it's hard. It's not easy. It's never
Yeah,
really. It's never about the object. It's what it represents.
right. Exactly. Yeah. Although I like with my house, I thought it would be hard for me to detach from here, but it took me like a day to process.
Wow,
Like
that's it.
I did like premature grieving when I first started thinking about giving up my house and relocating back to Malaysia. I was like, oh man, I was like, what is my house? And I'm like, I've done so much for it. It's like, and then after the day, I was like, it's just a house. Like that was just my, it's just a house. But like home is my stuff. Like I can take my stuff anywhere. So the house is just like the structure that holds all of the things that are actually meaningful to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something a lot of people struggle with, and I'm not gonna lie. If this house we're in now, we moved in here in '91, so I was 5 years old, and
That's a long time.
that's a long time.
Yeah.
Um, and you know, like we always have conversations about what we do with the house after, or even down the line, and it still terrifies me. The idea that, I mean, realistically, financially speaking, we could save so much more by moving into a apartment complex or
Mm,
something, and blah blah blah. But at the same time, like I'm so like I was always under the impression that uh, that I would be able to bring my own family here one day, and
mm.
who knows? I mean, like not to sound like too macabre, but I always thought I'd pass away in this house. So it's something. It makes sense and it doesn't, but that's just how I feel.
The thing that the one thing that kept me most attached to this house when I got divorced was not wanting to have to update my address everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that is so much effort because where like do you keep track of everywhere that has your address that they need to keep your address for, like
no way.
all of your bank accounts, you know, all of your health insurance and like all, you know, if you have social services, you know, you have to update your address everywhere.
Right,
So I don't know, this is going to be interesting for, I'm genuinely thinking I'm going to keep my American phone number and the network that I currently use, which is Google Fi, because their international roaming is not a big deal. So I'm thinking I'm going to keep my American phone number when I relocate out of the country.
fair.
Um, as long as they're fine with me doing it. Because like with the number of like accounts on the internet that use multi-factor authentication by texting me, like I'm not going to necessarily remember to update all of the different accounts, like which ones have my phone number.
Which one's which?
Yeah, like it, that is more burdensome than changing your address, I think, because a lot of the your accounts and stuff, if you have paperless
Digital, yeah.
communication, right, then it doesn't matter if they have your correct address because you're getting this stuff emailed to you anyway. So there's actually not really that much that I need to update or I need to convert to paperless. So yeah, but yeah, that was a big part of why I wanted to stay here when I got divorced and didn't want to sell my house, was because I didn't want to have to deal with updating my address.
Yeah, fair enough.
And now it's like, well, if I'm moving to another country, it doesn't matter like what my address is. I'm gonna have to change it anyway. Yeah,
for sure.
All right. Well, you got anything else to say about this topic? Or all right, let's wind it up. We had a good 1 hour and 45 minutes, and
Wow.
as I said, now we're going to be going on an indefinite hiatus. I don't know when we're necessarily going to come back, but if we come back, it'll be after I have relocated and settled somewhere else. I think it's time I need to pack up my ring light, pack up my angel wings and halo, like put all of those things away, pack up a table, and just like make my room less messy. Just like organize everything. I still have the box that my ring light came in, so at least I can pack it up into that.
There you go. There you go.
That is one reason for keeping boxes that stuff comes in.
That works out great.
So, but if anyone wants to stay in touch and see what I'm up to, then you can always follow me on my social media. Instagram is usually where I post, photos of things that's going on. The social media links are in the description below, so feel free to do that. And if you do want to find out when we have live streams in the future, then subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified of when we are going live in the future. Because right now, I don't know how long. I really genuinely don't know how long it's going to take for everything to work out. But hopefully we'll be back at some point. And maybe I'll post short video clips at some point. Go back to that. We'll see how busy I am. All right. Sayonara.